welcome, welcome. Hey, Travis, I'm Shane. Hey, Sandy.
Sandy and Travis are from Third Act, and this fellow has something to do with labor organizing.
Oh,
This
you're a
fella
union
has
organizer?
something to do with labor organizing.
Oh, great. Teamsters Local 519. Oh, sorry.
Microphone is live and going on.
Got a big job right now. All right, thank you. I will.
Good morning. Welcome to Tennessee Valley Unitarian Universalist Church. We welcome each and every one of you this morning to our Sunday morning service. My name is Heather Kistner. I'm a member here at Tennessee Valley Unitarian Universalist Church and congregational president here. We welcome all of the wiggles and movements that you may have and wish to experience while you're with us. We want each of you to feel comfortable while you're here. If you are visiting here this morning and would like information, please let one of us know. We also have the visitor information cards in front of you. We do ask that you fill those out. You can also go online to tvuuc.org. We have a website in which you can fill out information as well. And again, welcome this morning. We have a couple of announcements. First, I'd like to invite our Religious Exploration Director, Catherine Farmer-Loya, for a very, very important announcement. Catherine.
Good morning. I suspect there are a few folks here who are excited about an egg hunt that is happening after the service. If that is you, I need to make sure you know how that's going to work. And so at the conclusion of this service, if you are the parent of a kid in the nursery, we have a little area for nursery-age toddlers, so you can go and pick your kid up and sign them out and go right outside the door there, and the nursery staff know how it's going to work. For older kids, preschoolers and up, we are going to, at the conclusion of this service, we are going to process all the way down the hall, parents and kids who want to hunt, all the way down to the very end of our very long building and out the door right there, and we're going to stop right outside the gate to our play area for instructions for how the hunt works. We do the hunt in a particular way, and you need to know how it works and where to go to get your goodies when you're done hunting. So we will try to remind you right at the end again, but if you would like to be part of the hunt, please join me in going all the way down the hall and right outside that door. Thank you.
Our second announcement is in regards to our green sanctuary. The announcement is on behalf of Mary Rogie. Stop by the green sanctuary table after service today. They would like for us to hold up the environmental justice, democracy, spirit, and love, and to meet advocates from the Third Act, Knoxville Power and Light, and UU The Vote. And they ask that everyone stop on by. If you can please refer to the dry erase board in the back of the sanctuary. They are very enthusiastic and welcome anyone to stop on by after the service on your way out. All right, I would like to next invite Claudia Presley up to review the offering and to also speak of a couple of other things this morning before we get to the service.
Good morning. My name is Claudia Presley. I'm the Director of Finance and Operations here at TVUC. I have two important announcements. One is to remind you all that we are a church that can do more than one thing at the same time. So this morning, if any of you came in and saw some leftover rummage from our last week's rummage sale, yes, we still have some rummage treasures. Most of it is outside on the patio. Please feel free to visit out there, and if any of those treasures speak to you, you are welcome to take them home with you. If not, they will be taken to good homes before next Sunday. My other piece of that announcement is that the rummage sale last Saturday raised over $10,000. The rummage crew set up during the sale and cleanup, which is still going on, have done a fabulous job. So please thank those people if you see them. All of the money that was collected for the rummage sale goes to our general operating fund. That's my second announcement. Today is a generosity offering Sunday. What that means is that 100% of any contributions that come in that are not marked as a pledge go to our general operating fund. It's super easy to give. If you are here in the sanctuary during a designated time, there will be offertory music. We will pass offering baskets. You are welcome to place checks or cash in there. You can also text give to the number 73256. Type in TVUUC and the amount that you would like to give. There are other ways to give that are listed in your order of service. If you're watching online, the easiest way to give is you should see a bar or a button that says Give Now. Press that and it will take you to our secure giving site. So once again, thank you for being here. Please give generously.
As we begin to spend time together this morning, I would like to bring light. And I would like to raise the power of our congregational covenant that we hold close and dear, and that we celebrate within one another and within our own spirits. While our covenant has 11 points to it, I will only reference my two favorite ones. We covenant with each other, promising our goodwill and honest effort, pledging our care and support to one another and to our church community, challenging one another to live in accord with our Unitarian Universalist principles. With this common purpose as our source, we covenant to welcome all who come to us with acceptance and respect for the differences among us, and to remain open to the richness and discomforts of diversity. We covenant to speak out with loving kindness when we witness disrespectful interactions, acknowledging our fallibility, and practicing forgiveness. May it be so. And with this, please turn off all electronic devices as we enter together into worship. Thank you.
Jesus sat with his disciples, and they all stared at him as he poured the wine and broke the bread. He said, "So the bread is my body, the wine is my blood, and the chocolate bunny is a fun springtime treat." This morning we have a service planned for you that I think is going to be very special. We have a story that will run throughout the service. And the inspiration for this story comes from the life of Leona Handler Light, who is a personal hero of mine, who I like to reference and quote a lot. And so our chalice lighting today comes from Leona Handler Light. She was an American student studying to be a Unitarian minister. She lived in Hungary and Transylvania in 1939 and 40. And while in Europe, she met Waite Still and Martha Sharp, who secretly helped Jewish people and others escape the Nazis. In a newspaper interview, she said her purpose there was to study the problems of people who were in the minority in their social and religious beliefs and try to help those who were tossed back and forth between their government and the Nazis. It was clear that war would break out at any moment. And despite the looming threat, she held on to hope. In the summer of 1939, mere weeks before the outbreak of World War II, she wrote a letter detailing an international religious conference in Switzerland. She writes, "The memory that will always remain with me of that conference is of the last evening. 7 of us, representing 7 different countries, lighted with our torches a great fire within the circle of young people, standing with joined hands. It was August. War had not yet come. We still held to the last shreds of hope. Yet in each of our hearts was the dread fear that tomorrow, perhaps the next hour, would bring the great disaster. But fear did not stand alone. Overshadowing it was the hope that the light of reason, the sun of peace, should not cease to shine. Burning bright with each glowing ember was the staunch determination that the light must not go out." And in that declaration this morning, that the light must not go out, I invite us to come and worship together.
Good morning. It is good to be gathered in all the ways that we gather this morning. And we have a special story to share this morning in 4 parts during our service that was written by our very own Reverend Jon Coffee. And I'm going to need a little bit of help during the story. For one thing, there are elements of the story that have to do with flame. What does a flame look like? Can anybody show me? Can we be flames for a minute? All right. We also, so that might come in handy every now and then. I'm also going to need some helpers to share. We have some images of characters in the story that I'm going to invite people to come up and help hold and maybe move around a little bit with the story. So when I ask for a helper, you can raise your hand and we'll call folks up to come help us out. Are we ready to start the story? Once, in a quiet place beyond time, a little flame blinked into being. I need somebody for our little flame. We can all be flames, but let's see. Would you like to come and be our little flame? Come on up. Thank you. You can hold it right up here. The little flame was small and golden and curious. It flickered in the darkness. Can you make it flicker? Yeah. Looking around, wondering, who am I? Why am I here? It did not yet know the answers, but it had warmth and a glow and a gentle spark of something deep and true. And then I need one more volunteer who is kind of ready to boom this morning. Would you like to come up? Then little flame heard a booming voice. Would you hold this one for us? That said, "We are the true fire. All other flames are wrong." Little flame looked up, wide-eyed, and saw a big flame towering high. Would you raise it really high? The big flame blazed hot and proud, and all around it stood flames just like it, tall, angry, and violent. Do I have a couple helpers who'd like to come and be tall flames? Yeah. And they said, "You must burn like us." Okay, tall, angry flames, be tall and angry. And let's all say, you must burn like us. Little flame tried to burn taller and brighter and hotter, but it just wasn't made that way. Its flicker was soft. Its warmth was steady. It danced more than it roared. Can we make our little flame dance a little bit? The big flames turned away from little flame. You are not brave. You are not strong. You are not bold. You do not belong here. And so little flame began to wonder, maybe I'm not a real flame at all. And that is the first part of our story. We will come back later and ask for some more helpers. Thank you both for your help.
Now, I invite you to rise in body or spirit and join us in singing our opening hymn, 1058, in the Teal hymnal, Be Ours a Religion. It's already time for part 2. And is there somebody else who would like to be our little flame for this part? Would you like to come up and be little flame? Come on up and hold our little flame for us. Thank you. Hold it so folks can see. There we are. Alone and lost, little flame drifted away from the big flames, unsure of where to go. It wandered through the world, over mountains of ash. It's gonna go over mountains? Oh, yeah. Through forests still smoldering, across scorched plains that whispered secrets in the wind. Can we whisper secrets in the wind? And then, in the distance, little flame saw a small glowing light. We need somebody to help with our other glowing light. Would you like to come forward? It was another smaller flame, bright blue, and if you both come a little bit more forward, more folks could probably see it. You want to come kind of to the front here? Come on up. There we are. And Katie Gray, you want to come up a little closer too? So more folks, so the folks over here on this side might be able to see. There we are. It was another small flame, bright blue, low to the ground, and dancing in a rhythm all of its own. Can our blue flame dance a little bit? Hello, little flame said shyly. I thought I was the only one like me. And blue flame smiled and said, no, little one, there are many of us. I burn low so I can stay close to the ones who are hiding. Hiding? Little flame asked. Yes, said the blue flame. Some of us had to learn to be small to stay safe, but our light matters. And suddenly, little flame felt braver and felt its own glow grow warmer. And the two small flames journeyed on together. Can the two of you journey together just a little bit right up where you are? Take a journey. There we are. And then, in the distance, the flames saw another small glowing light. I need one more helper. Is there somebody who would like to help out? Let's see. Would you come on up? Yeah. Iris. And the two flames approached a small flame that shimmered in shifting colors. Sometimes pink, sometimes purple, sometimes gold.
And the shimmering flame said, I don't burn in just one way. They tried to put me in a box, but I cracked it open and I danced right out. Are there any of us here today who burn in more than one way? And suddenly, little flame felt stronger and felt its own glow grow warmer. And the three small flames journeyed on together. Thank you all. That is part 2. Oh, no, it's not. There's more. And then in the distance, the flames saw yet another small glowing light. We need one more helper. Would you like to come up and help? A flame with a steady core and strong arms joined them, and she burned with a calm and quiet strength. And she said, they said I couldn't lead, but I kept burning anyway. I carry stories and wisdom and the fire of those who came before me. Can any of us here remember those? Somebody who came before us who helps give us strength. And suddenly, little flame felt bolder and felt its own glow grow warmer. And now they were 4 small flames journeying together. And slowly, spark by spark, little flame began to realize something it had not understood before. Flames do not have to burn tall to be brave. Flames do not have to burn angry to be strong. Flames do not have to burn violent to be bold. And perhaps, most importantly, flames do not have to burn all the same way to be real. And now that is part 2. So thank you for your help. We will collect those and we will return to our story later on.
Now I invite you to rise in body or spirit and join us for our next hymn, In the Midst of New Dimensions. The music is printed in your order of service.
Good morning. My name is David Massey. I'm a member of the spiritual care team here at TVUC. Among other things, we respond to calls or texts to the pastoral care line, the phone line. That number is in the back of your order of service and in your weekly newsletter. Any one of us is available with a focused and attentive listening ear to whatever may be on your mind or in your heart. If you know of a joy or a concern in the congregation, please do not assume we know about it. Share it with us. We will check it out and take appropriate measure. Finally, please stop by the caring table in the Greg McKendry Fellowship Hall after the service to add your name to messages of support that will be mailed to those in need of our good wishes. Sharon Fields and Wendy Sire are volunteering at that table this morning. This is the time in our service when we give voice to joys and concerns in the congregation and the wider community. In the wider world, among all of the tragic conflicts taking place around the globe this Holy Week, one is taking place very close to our shores. The nightmare occurring in Haiti, where armed gangs have now spread north out of Port-au-Prince into towns and villages. I need not be specific. Just search your news feed for Haiti and you will get the picture. And so our hearts go out to the innocent people of Haiti. At the same time, our hearts go out to the thousands of Haitians who came to this country legally under former President Biden's humanitarian parole program so that for a short time they might escape the violence. But now the current administration is attempting to end the program early and send them back into the nightmare just as it is getting worse. Several of us in this church know of one such Haitian national, a gentle, smart, peaceful man who now faces deportation, if not this month, then at some point unknown to him. At a time when it seems impossible to do anything to help, several of us are focused on helping him, this one Haitian, this one beautiful human being. Tomorrow night, we're having a potluck about Haiti and in support of this individual. Please look for a flyer about this when you leave the church this morning. In exactly the same vein, another concern. Several members of this church are taking one morning a month to stand vigil at the West Knoxville office of U.S. Immigration and Custom Enforcement, ICE, the most appropriate acronym if there ever was one. They bear witness to the families who report dutifully to ICE. They provide them water, coffee, snacks, stuffed animals for the children. Last week, our team, led by Polly Murphy, and including Todd Shelton, Barbara Kemper, Jamie Harris, Debbie Hyde, and I think Robert Hyde, witnessed families being torn apart as fathers were retained by ICE, leaving wives weeping and children crying. Families who had dutifully reported to ICE as directed while waiting on asylum hearings that never came. These are times that try our souls and our hearts and our collective conscience. Within the congregation, we were saddened last week to learn of the death of Dave Becker, husband of Tina Becker. Yesterday, individuals in this faith community were honored to gather at Laurel Theater with the harp singers to commemorate Dave's life. Tina and Dave had been a part of the group for about 20 of their 50 married years. After each song was sung, someone shared a memory, primarily of Dave's resounding bass voice and impeccable rhythm. One woman was especially touched by recalling that he believed that his purpose in life was simply to be kind. Thank you, Dave Becker, for your legacy of kindness and music. Sue Vaughn returned home from the rehab center about a week ago, but realized she still needs help regaining her strength. So on Friday, with a lot of help, she entered respite care at Oakwood Senior Living, where she will receive physical and occupational therapy. Several TVUC members and friends helped Sue make this latest transition. Led by Jeanette Kennedy and Diane Fox, they call themselves Sue's Crew. She is grateful for their help, and you are welcome to join the crew. Sue wants and needs visitors, so please arrange to see her at some point over the next couple of weeks, especially in the next 2 or 3 days, especially this afternoon. Sue is in room 308, Oakwood Senior Living, East Churchville Avenue, North Knoxville. Both Karen Krogh and Carol Cross report that they are recovering well from recent knee surgery. We wish them continued success and healing. Kathy Greenberg and Carolyn Rogers have been studying our denomination's guidelines for forming a right relations team here at TVUC. They were inspired to do this by Jenna Mashburn, Greer Novinger, Barbara Taylor, and Denise Coleman. One of the main goals of a right relations team is to educate and support our beloved community in living together by our covenant. The team is also available to coach individuals and mediate conversations for better communication. Kathy and Carolyn invite you to share the joy that last week your board voted unanimously in favor of the newly formed charter for your right relations team for this beloved community. Please see the newsletter for information about applying to be a part of this team. And a final joy. Tomorrow morning, Leo Sage is taking Roger Kroll. Both of them are active members of personal beliefs and commitments here at the church. Leo is taking Roger to Florida to see Roger's brother and his daughter. And you could say this would be a guy's road trip, except that Leo's dog Emma is going with him. So for all of these joys and concerns, as well as those held in privacy or that are unknown to us, let us join together in singing "Sending You Light." The words are printed in your order of service. Thank you.
We now return to our story, and we need some folks to be our four flames again. Are there folks who have not yet come up to help out who would like to? Would you like to come up? Is there anybody else? Anyone over here? Oh, I see 1, 2. I need one more. Somebody who hasn't, do I see? Oh, there you are. Come on up and help out. I missed you first time around. All right. We have our little flame and our blue flame. Turn around, there we are. And our shimmery flame and our steady flame. Come on, right around up here. Here we are. Yeah, thank you. So little flame had never felt anything like this. All different kinds of fire, flickering and brave, shimmering and strong, steady and bold, all different and all real. They did not ask each other to change. They did not compete to be the biggest. Instead, are you ready? They circled around one another. Can we walk in a circle? Can we circle around? Make a big circle? There we are. They circled around one another, sharing warmth, telling stories, laughing in sparks and silence. Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh. I never knew that was how flames laughed. Then one night, under a wide sky full of stars, little flame asked, "What if we made a new fire? Not one that burns to destroy, but one that lights the way." Blue flame leaned in and whispered, "Yes, one that keeps the lonely warm." And then shimmering flame added, "Yes, one that sings with many colors." And steady flame said, "Yes, one that remembers and resists." And so they began to build their fire. They each brought what they had: memories, songs, truths, and questions. They built the fire carefully, with space for everyone. No single flame tried to lead. They simply burned together. And the fire they made, it didn't look like the big fire from before. It looked like hope. It looked like freedom. It looked like a way forward. Thank you, helpers. And this morning, when you came in, those who are here in the sanctuary this morning, you may have found a paper flame at your seat. If you do not have a paper flame, you can raise your hand, and perhaps somebody with an extra nearby could bring you one. And I have some extras right here. Let's see, would one of you like to come up and help share them with the folks here who need them? Folks. So we want to make sure everybody has a flame. So if you still need one, if you raise your hand, we can bring them your way. I think we need a few more in the back there. Do we have more needed still? And our choir folks need some too. Thank you. So we invite you. You need a flame? All right, we'll make sure one gets to you too. Oh, you know what? There are some right on chairs right there. Do you see? Do you want to grab one right there? There we are. You want a purple one? Oh, do you see over there? All the way down? I think if you see, keep going. There you are. All right. So we invite you during the offertory in a little bit, after this, we invite you to decorate your flame in a way that represents you. And we have some crayons and colored pencils. Somebody sitting near you may have a pen to lend you if you don't have one. Decorate your flame in a way that represents you. You might put some words that represent things that are important to you or that you enjoy. You might draw something. You might ask somebody else sitting near you to help you with yours. You might make an abstract design that in this moment just you enjoy making. It will be representative of you, whatever you put on it. And we're going to gather the flames as part of our story a little bit later on. Thank you.
As mentioned at the start of our service, this is a Generosity Sunday. As we accept our offering here in a few minutes, the contributions that we make today will keep our fire going here at Tennessee Valley.
sos mi tierra, siempre en silencio, no pedís nada sobre tu vientre. sobre tu vientre. Se hace la guerra y mueren tus hijos mirando estrellas.
How generous you are, my land. Always in silence, you ask for nothing. Over your womb, love is made. Your children are born, blossoming shoots. Over your womb, war is made, and your children die looking at the stars.
Generosa sos mi tierra, de noche duerme la golondrina, después el sol, caliente, frío, el mar se queda en su geografía. Y un hombre libre, 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 por la colina, huele a mujer, orilla, arriba.
How generous you are, my land. At night, the swallow sleeps, then the sun warms the cold. The sea stays in its geography, and a man walks free on the hill, smelling of woman rising up from the shore.
Adentro nuestro está el viento, nuestro corazón es la memoria, solo la tierra sale de la tierra que nunca nos parte. Nunca suelta, de solo la tierra solamente sale de la tierra y nunca nos maten, jamás nos mientan.
Inside us is the wind, and our heart is memory. Only the earth knows of the earth. May we not die, may no one lie.
Un poco vamos a volar sobre las calles, que las ventanas se abran para el mundo. Pero ahora somos la verdad que regrese, buscando paz y amor cuando antes.
Little by little, we will fly through the streets. Let the windows open to the world, because now we are the truth that lasts and grows, seeking peace, my love, at daybreak.
Poco a poco vamos a volar sobre las calles, que las ventanas se abran para el mundo, porque ahora somos la verdad que regrese, buscando paz y amor cuando amanece. Yo, mi amor, voy a
want to invite you to imagine a story with me. There's a group of people who huddle together in a secret location. They're watching on their phones live footage of protests turning violent worldwide. Fear grips the followers of the grassroots movement for peace. Their leader has passed. Their efforts of the past few years feel futile against the crushing reality of her death. They worry about being next on the government's list. Their once hopeful hearts now filled with fear and dread. Then, as sunlight breaks on the third day, a recorded message from their leader breaks through the airwaves, broadcasting the words, "Light cannot be extinguished. Love will always triumph over hate." Her words spark hope within them. Emerging from their hiding spaces, they join thousands of small communities in a global effort that slowly grows. Prominent political figures step down amid pressure, igniting waves of change that show no sign of stopping. Proof that the spirit of peace lives on in every act of love and resistance against injustice. The message of Easter is more than supernatural triumph over death. It is radical hope in the face of impossible odds, a theme echoed in our own Unitarian Universalism. Today, we might feel like those huddling in the face of darkness. That's certainly how I felt during Joys and Concerns this morning. We see attacks on healthcare, education, and democracy. Immigrants and U.S. citizens are rounded up and deported to foreign prisons under 18th century laws. The State Department announced this week a redefinition of human rights that abandons the vulnerable. Many of our leaders co-opt and corrupt religion to justify their actions. In education, we see the elimination of diversity, equity, and inclusion. And here in Tennessee this week, we've witnessed the possibility that children be denied an education simply because of their immigration status. Every day we see the attempted erasure of our trans siblings, destruction of their health care, and denial of their fundamental rights. And as we witness this onslaught, it can start to feel like Leona Handler Light when she reflected on the lead up to World War II. She said, "Under the pressure of such horrifying incidents, people lose all sense of unity, all belief in country and fellow humankind, and are left with only tense suspicion and futile hatred." But even now, we can find strength in our Unitarian Universalist past. We have always fought for what is right and fair. We haven't always done it perfectly. But there were early abolitionists fighting against human enslavement, Universalists like Benjamin Rush and Francis Dana Barker Gage, Unitarians like Lydia Marie Child and Theodore Parker. Their actions, which sometimes went against what was considered normal and oftentimes what was legal at the time, set a strong example for future generations. Unitarian Universalists continued their activism into the 20th century, participating in the civil rights movement, with some like Reverend James Reeb and Viola Liuzzo giving their lives for the cause. And fighting for queer rights, with activists like Bob Hull and Chuck Rowland creating the Mattagine Society, an early gay rights group. The work continues today in our congregations all across the country. Our principles today still champion justice, equity, and compassion. Make no mistake, our tradition's positions are loud and clear. A single government does not define human rights. Our politicians do not speak for God. No human being is illegal. All children have a right to education. Trans people exist, and their rights are human rights. Yeah. To adapt the words of Theodore Parker, our tradition asserts that beyond any one individual, any one power, any one force, our work is to bend the long arc of the moral universe towards justice. Or, as the Christian scriptures of Ephesians put it, our fight is not against flesh and blood. It is against rulers and principalities, against the very forces of evil in our world. We hear echoes of our past, and we find others. And like our flames in the story, our contributions to make the world a better place are unique and powerful. We don't all need to be roaring infernos. Some of us offer steady warmth. Others bring creative light. Our strength isn't in all being the same, but in our combined light. So I want you to think about your part in making the world a better place. Your help is important. Whether it's by taking action, quietly teaching others, helping your community, providing important care, you can shine your light by writing, organizing, making art, healing, or simply seeing what's happening and telling the truth. In this diverse unity lies our strength. By joining our individual lights, we illuminate the path forward towards freedom's dawn together. Just like little flames come together to make a big fire, we can join with people from all walks of life to fight against things that are unfair. We're all human, and that shared connection makes us stronger than anything bad out there. Don't think that what you can do is too small. Even little acts of bravery can start big changes. When we all work together, we become a bright light of hope for everyone. This Easter, may the message that breaks through the airwaves be one of unity. When we all come together, even though we're all different, that's where our real power comes from. By joining our own unique lights, we can light the way for a better future for everyone, as we'll see in the final part of our story.
The fire the flames built never tried to be the biggest. It didn't shout, it didn't conquer, it didn't claim to be the only way, but it kept growing, one small flame at a time. Some came quietly, carrying stories and languages the others hadn't heard. Some danced in fiercely and full of joy. Some came with grief, carrying ashes from barren places where no fires burned anymore. The fire welcomed them all. And little flame, it was still small, still soft, still curious, but it no longer wondered whether it was real. It knew. It had found its place, not because it matched the others, but because it helped make a light that showed the way. And so, friends and fellow flames, may we hold our flames up? Let us remember, the fire is not behind us. It is not only in our story, it is here. It is in me, in you, in us. Carry your flame with courage, tend it with love, and when you see another light in the distance, go to it. Together, we are a fire that the world cannot put out. And now, during the closing hymn, in a moment, we're going to gather all of our flames to build the fire of this community right up here. And so I'm going to invite you, if you would, to pass your flames to the end of your rows so that we can collect them. And anybody who would enjoy being a helper can help collect the flames and bring them forward, and we're going to add them to our display here to build our fire during our closing hymn. And we may join in singing our closing hymn, number 118 in the gray hymnal. I know we're doing multiple things at once, aren't we? Number 118, This Little Light of Mine.
This little light of mine.
So this Easter morning, we invite you to carry your flame with courage, tend it with love, and when you see another light in the distance, go to it, for together we are that fire the world cannot put out. We didn't think through the logistics of this. We thought more folks would help stick, but Prophetic Church, the world awaits your liberating ministry. Go forward in the power of love, proclaim the truth that makes us free. And as our last act of worship, I invite you to turn and greet your neighbor, or if you're so moved, come forward and help us build our fire.
And in about 1 minute, we're going to head out, those who want to be part of the egg hunt, all the way down the hall and right outside the doors.
Hippity, hoppity, that's right. You know, this is what I that's Jon Coffee. I mean, Jon Coffee laid on the line.
Yeah, no, he was good. He was awesome.
It's really good.